Hello ladies, hello focused female entrepreneurs. Welcome to Focus Friday. Thought I would just jump on today to have a little chat about how you can use live free content to grow your list and how to attract potential clients to you and convert them without sounding salesy. Now, free live content is an absolutely brilliant way to showcase who you are, what you do. It allows people to get to know you. So it gets you to, like I'm doing now, you get to see me, you get to hear me, you get to experience more of me. And by creating free live content events, you can make this even more powerful. So what is a free live content event? Well, I would classify that as a form of live content, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a challenge, whether it is something that you can opt into or have people opt into, so you're able to grow your list by having it. Now today this is just a Oops, there we go. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So hopefully I'm back and you didn't miss anything there. Sorry about that. That's our internet playing up on us. So, as I was saying, free live content events. Now, when I call it an event, I mean it's something that's planned out. Now today is, I have planned ahead a little bit by telling you what's going to happen, what we're going to be talking about, and by giving you some advance notice. So that can work really well with Facebook Lives, for example, if you want as many people as possible to be watching you live by letting them know what's coming up. However, if you want to plan something out even more and get people's name and email addresses, then you can do that by planning a free live content event. So for example, the live stream lunches that I've been doing in our Facebook group, people opt in for that and they get onto my list as well as being able to have the content, access the content. And the same with the webinars that I've been running. People have to opt in for that. Now, there are some simple ways to use these free content events that are really powerful because they will allow you to attract clients easily, but you can avoid that salesiness. And I know a lot of people, especially a lot of women, tend to shy away from making an offer or asking for people to sign up or to buy something or invest with them because they don't want to sound salesy. Now, using the free live content events is a great way to avoid that, but still it's a very effective way of attracting people to you. So I've come up with three ways that I'll talk to you about today that you can use your free live content events to attract clients to you or potential clients without that salesiness stigma. So number one is to do research on what your ideal clients are talking about or your target market. What are you seeing online that they're posting about? What are they complaining about? What are they asking for help with? What are they challenged about? What's their top of mind problem or topic that keeps coming up over and over again that is in your field of expertise? And what you will then do is create your live free content around this topic. And that is a guaranteed way of getting their attention because they can see that you are the person to go to because you know exactly what they're doing, what they're struggling with or challenged with, and you are offering them something for free, some great content that they can access to solve this problem. So that is my first tip. Not necessarily number one, but it's the first tip. So it's to do research on what your ideal clients are complaining about or talking about, finding out what that is, and then using that as the basis for creating your free content. And that is going to grab their attention. It's going to really be something that they're going to want to opt in for or sign up for or see live. And this is by doing this, it's keeping you really in touch with your audience. And you can use this in so many other ways as well, because if you know exactly what they're talking about and what their problems are, then you can then translate that into all the other type of things that you're doing when you're online. You know, the types of emails that you're sending them, the posts that you're putting up, all those sorts of things are going to be so much more powerful when you are aiming them specifically at those topics that keep cropping up online with your ideal client or target audience. So that's number one, is to do research on what your ideal clients are talking about. Number two is to be generous and give away your best stuff for free. And this is something that really scares people, because they think that they've only got a limited amount of knowledge or content that they can give out, or that they have in them. And if they give away their secrets, then why are people going to want to invest with them? What's the point of them then signing up for your program or your coaching or whatever it is you have to offer if you're giving them so much for free anyway? Why would they want to take that next step and actually pay you money for what you're giving them? Well, if you know exactly what their problems are and you're aiming everything at that, then they are really going to become comfortable with working or with wanting to know what you have to say. So when you're online, they're going to be tuning in. When you're sending out emails about something that's coming up, they're going to be more attuned to you. And if they're in your Facebook group, for example, and they see you live like this, and then they get an email from you, they're going to be much more likely to open that email if they have already seen and experienced you in another arena. Now, how many people would watch, say if you watched a video or had a webinar about, let's say, how to create a high converting Facebook ad, for example. Now, if you had seen this webinar, you would potentially know how to do this. But if someone has spent an hour teaching you how to create a high converting Facebook ad, do you think they have taught you everything that you could possibly know about this? Have they been able to go into your custom audiences? Have they been able to really hone in on some of the details that may come up that may be great for you to tweak in order to have a more effective Facebook ad? And are you then willing to put in all that work to go and do this yourself and spend hours and hours trying to sort it out and test and tweak and A/B test and split test and all that sort of stuff? Well, some people will. Some people will go with that free content and go, thanks very much, I'm fine now, I'm not paying for that, I'm going to go and do it myself. But the majority of people are going to need some more help. They're going to need help with the next step, which may be how to create a high converting Facebook ad. Is that what I said first? Or a campaign? You know, whatever the next step is in the process. And they will need your help with that. And then the step after that. There are very few people that are going to go away with what you give them, and that's all they need. That's all they needed, and now they can go along for the rest of their lives without having to sign up for anything in that field. So don't be afraid to give away great stuff, your best stuff, for free, because you want to give away so much that people would be willing to pay for that. And they would then have that attitude of, wow, that was so fantastic that I would have actually paid for that. And if she's giving me that for free, that information, imagine how fantastic her paid stuff must be. Imagine how her program would be, how much value there would be in there, how fantastic that would be if she's giving all of this stuff to me for free. So giving away as much as you can is going to allow people to get to know you and to really understand what's happening with you and what you can offer them. And they're going to be so much more open to wanting to work with you. Which moves me on to number 3 in our 3 simple ways to use free live content to attract clients easily without sounding salesy. Number 3 is to offer from your live free content. And what I mean by that is if you're doing a Facebook Live, for example, how much more powerful would your offer be if at the end of the Facebook Live you said, oh, and if you would like more information on what I've talked about today, I have this free ebook. Here is the link. Sign up for the link below. Or if you have done a webinar all about losing weight, for example, for a busy mum, how much more powerful is it going to be if you at the end of that say, oh, and I have a special offer at the moment, 3 sessions for a reduced price. Just sign up at the link here. That is going to have much more of an impact on people. Once they have spent this time with you, they've spent the time listening to you, they know how fantastic you are at solving their problems, they know that you are a person who really is genuine, who wants to help, who can help them, who has great information, and then that's when they're in the most receptive, most the best position to take you up on something that you have to offer, especially if it is following on exactly from what you've just talked about. So if you're talking about how to lose weight as a busy mum, and then you say, "Oh, sign up for my my lawn mowing course," well, that's not going to work, is it? But if you have something that's going to be a natural progression that you have led them towards during your free content, because you have planned it out, you've reverse engineered what your how your free content goes, so you know where you want to lead these beautiful people, your target market, and you have started from the point of their problem, their problem, and then you're leading them towards the solution that you have to offer them, then you know the natural path that they are going to want to follow, in order that they don't know they need to follow this path, but you do, and you can lead them towards investing with you as the final destination. But you can start with the problem that they are aware of, that they know that they have, and then you can offer them help to get them that step closer to the next step along the pathway to this destination. And there is a stat out there, it's a statistic that says that people need to listen to you for 7 hours before they are ready to invest in a high level investment, I suppose, a program or a product. So for example, if you do a challenge, a 5-day challenge, people have just spent 5 days, 5 hours with you on this challenge. How much more likely are they to be going to invest with you if they've just spent that time getting to know you and understand you? Make your offer from the free content and make sure that it flows into the next part of what you have made them aware of is their next problem. So let's quickly go over these 3 simple ways to use free live content to attract clients easily without sounding salesy. And by the way, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you'd like to just say hi, please pop your comment in the chat box, because I would love to hear from you. So going into the 3 simple ways, number 1 is to do research. Do research on what your ideal clients are talking about, and then use that research to create your free content around the problems that they are having and that they can't help but talk about. Number 2 is to give away your best stuff for free and be very, very generous. Don't be afraid of giving away too much, because people are lazy, they're busy, they may have, there's so many people who are information hoarders, gatherers, they're seminar junkies. That's all they love. They love to learn. They love to gather as much information as possible as they can, but they don't take the next step and actually implement. And that's where you can capitalize, I suppose, on the buzz that you build with your free content, by then having something that you're going to sell them into, because they will be ready to go in there without you actually sounding like you're selling. So avoiding that salesiness. So number 1 was to do research on what your ideal clients are talking about, and then base your free content on that. Number 2 is to give away your best stuff for free and be very, very generous. And number 3 is to offer from your live content. That is the perfect place. Your people are in exactly the right mindset once they've just spent time with you hearing about all this great information and great content you've given them. They are ready to invest and take the next step. Whether it's something, invest in something free like signing up for your newsletter or your free ebook or whatever it is, or whether it's taking the next step to actually pay to work with you. Whatever you have on offer, they're going to be so much more open immediately after having spent time with you, hearing from you about how fantastic the information is that you have. So that's our 3 easy ways today. If you have any questions, pop them in the box below and I'll come back and answer them later. Thanks so much for being here with me today. I always enjoy spending time on video in our group, and we'll be doing that a little bit more in the next coming weeks because I really want to give away free content and be very, very generous. So if you have any suggestions of anything that you would like to hear about, anything that's particularly in the field of content creation, then please pop them in the chat box. Hi, Julie. Thank you. And I will get to them, and I'm happy to create whatever it is we need in the group, give you great resources and answer any questions, and I'm here for all of you. I'm really loving the way that our group is developing. You're all being very supportive, very interactive, and it's fantastic. So have a wonderful day, ladies, and I will see you around next time. Bye for now.